What's up, guys? Malika here. We're at the end of 2020, which means we can let out our collective sigh of relief. So go ahead, unclench your jaws, relax your shoulders, breathe in, breathe out. We made it. Now, there's nothing magical about a new year. It just means we can pause and reflect on this last year and look forward to the next one. Now, for many of you, this year, for all of us, this year has been tiring and painful and long. Yet for some of you, it's just been horrible because you lost your jobs and you've lost your income. And others of you lost your sense of smell and your sense of taste, which is no good because Corona. And yet others of you lost loved ones, and I mourn with you, but I would encourage you to engage in that grief because that's a proper response. But I would ask you to hope for a better future and a better year, but also to entrust your future to Him who holds our days. Now, for others of you, it's been a great year, a fantastic year. Despite all the things that happened, it's been, pretty all right. And I would encourage you to be happy and to celebrate because that is a proper response. But also remember that next year might not be your year. So, hope for a better year, but also entrust your future to Him who holds our days. Now, this next year, I have 4 considerations. Nothing insightful or particularly inspirational, but number 1 is to cultivate what you consume. What are you consuming on the news, the media, the Netflix, the Hulu, the Disney Plus? What are you scrolling through on Snapchat and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and TikTok? What books are you reading? What magazines are you reading? Cultivate what you consume, because what you consume, and not only what, but how much you consume, affects what you think. So number 2 is to cultivate what you're thinking. What's going on in your mind? Is it true? Is what's going on in your mind logical? Is it just? Is it honorable? Is it peaceful? Is what's going on in your mind pure? Is it accurate? Is it lovely? Is it commendable? Think about what you're thinking about and cultivate it, because that's important. It's important because it affects what you're feeling and your emotions. So number 3 is to cultivate your emotions. What are you feeling? Cultivate gratitude and happiness. Cultivate kindness and friendliness. I know that coming from me, like, friendliness and warmth is difficult for me to convey sometimes, but cultivate that. Cultivate those things. Are you wallowing in self-despair so that others might have pity on you? That's no good. Cultivate your emotions. Or are you harboring resentment and jealousy and hate and bitterness? Because that's not good as well. And it's important to cultivate your emotions because it affects your relationships with others. And guys, so much of the time we don't cultivate our relationships and our friendships with our friends and family and our marriages and co-workers, but cultivate your relationships, because relationships are a good thing that enriches our lives. I think so much of the time we are evaluating our lives in quantifiable terms or in terms of success, and that's a wrong way to put it. I think we need to be looking at more meaningful rubrics like our relationships and the depths of our relationships and who we're around. At the end of the day, who are we breaking bread with at the table? Who's around us? I think that's a more important measure of how we live our lives. So cultivate your relationships. Send a message, send a DM, send a text, tag someone in a meme, call someone, FaceTime someone. Guys, for me, it's just been, this year has been different. It's been fun. It's been a good year. I've had to make all new friends, and it's been difficult at times. It's been awkward at times. Trust me, it's been difficult to hide my awkwardness. And it's also robotic of me to think, how do I convey friendliness? How do I convey warmth? But despite these new friendships and despite new acquaintances, the people around us are so important. And I would encourage you, even you guys being so far away, sending me messages, sending me texts. I've been so glad for them, grateful for them. But even the friends I have here, I've been so encouraged and so blessed. And I would encourage you to cultivate your relationships, because that's one of the more important things that matters in our lives. So yeah, 2021, 4 things. Cultivate what you're consuming and how much you're consuming. Cultivate what you're thinking. Cultivate your feelings and your emotions. All right, guys, let's just be better people around. And lastly, cultivate your relationships, cultivate your friendships. And yeah, 2021, let's get it. Aloha.